ask Council Chair Howe, will you please lead us in invocation?
Sure. Good afternoon, Lord. We are so happy to be here. We are happy that you watch over this club and this community. We are very happy about this season where we celebrate your birth. We just ask that you bless the program and the food this day, and bless us, each and every one. In Jesus' name, amen. Amen.
Thank you, even though I forgot to ask you before.
You couldn't tell.
Lion Dan, could you please lead us in the pledge?
United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
And past District Governor Marilyn, will you lead us in song, please?
Country tunes of thee, sweet land of liberty, of thee I sing. Land where my fathers died, land of thy pilgrims pride, from every mountainside, let freedom ring.
Thank you. Lion Tamers, do we have any guests this afternoon?
President Chair, fellow Lions and guests, we have two guests, and I will let John introduce them to there are speakers today.
Okay, we'll get those in a minute. All right, and Lion Penny, Sunshine?
President Chair and fellow Lions and guests, I have no report today. Mike did call Lloyd, and he had cancer on his nose. He's had that done, and he's resting at home. Other than that, I don't know anything about anybody else.
All righty, thank you. And let's go ahead and you can go on with our Happy Bucks.
We have to sit somewhere else.
President Chair and fellow Lions and guests, how about that rain, huh? Yeah. I got the boat out and I went up 12th Avenue yesterday. It was real fun. Real fun. For those of us that are used to this, I can only say, it'll be wet for the next 4 months. Okay? We'll all complain about how hot it is. So. Let's see. Big news in the past week. Only had to work on Hal's sailboat one day. And then, of course, yesterday we were saying the first thing, which was when he stepped the mast. And I texted him and I said, this is a bad idea. It's just a bad idea. Thank God the guy that was going to help us also concurred. Because I'm sure that one of us would still be at the river looking for the other one in the river. So, big news, I just took wonderful, lovely Jerry to the train station where she begins her trek northward up to Kamloops to open another Firehouse restaurant up there. So now she's an international director of operations.
Yeah.
Good news is she's gone for 10 days. That means I can do whatever the hell I want to.
Sure. What's different?
I was going to say, I thought she let you do that anyway.
President, Chair, and fellow Lions and guests, weekly $5 or almost weekly $5. 2 weeks ago, I was with my wife Ellen at the Oregon coast. That's her happy place, so we were down there for a week. It rained most of the time, but she was happy. We could see the ocean, and that's what counts. Last Tuesday, it was kind of an impromptu thing. My sister Terry, who lives over in Ellensburg with us, and Andrew were on their way back from Napa, and they called and wanted to have lunch on Tuesday. So missed all of you, but I had a great lunch. Today, ironically, is the 7th anniversary of the first time we connected. For those of you who may not know, I'm adopted. This is my first connection. She was my first connection to any biological family, so that was kind of nice. Sad news, many of us knew Joanne Patton, also known as Lion Mom. She became Lion Mom when I was a district governor in Lyons, and she just kind of took to that title, and it stuck with her all these years through Lion Mom. She's known that way for a lot of people in the local district. Funeral is Friday. I believe Steve and Marilyn and I are going up. I don't know if Al or anybody else is headed that direction, but assuming the roads are open, I see there's flooding on Highway 6, Highway 12, and I-5 this morning. So it might be a challenge if they're
Take
quote of the
101.
week. What's that?
Take 101.
Take 101?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, actually, we could probably go down to Long Beach and go to the north. It's only about an extra 2.5 hours that way. I almost missed the 4th Happy Dollar. Thank you, John Stern, for hosting our monthly poker group. I appreciate that. Quote of the week from Rumi. Love is an endless act of forgiveness. Forgiveness is an endless act of love.
Mark, do you know if I-5 is still closed? I-5? Wasn't it closed or something I heard?
This morning at 8:30 on KLG, I-5 was closed at exit 72, both directions.
It's still closed.
6 and 12 also had flooding.
I just am not going to try it, so it's okay. Lion Judy phone call. Sharon, fellow Lion, I have 2 not very happy dollars. I live on the hill, on the hillside, actually right below the water towers. Anyway, there's water all over in our family room, and garage. So my son and I had quite a night. Really nice. I'm impressed that you're here. Terry said you've gotten a boat and floated down. Okay. Lion Dwayne.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, here's a happy $5. It's been a month since my knee surgery, and it still hurts all the time, but it's slowly getting better. And I'm grateful for that.
6 months. I'm just telling you, 6 months.
3 years.
Fellow Lion John Claypool, past president. How are you? We were wondering where you were a little bit ago. You must have snuck in.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, I too was in attendance at 3rd VP John Searing's poker match, which the Joe Trophy was stolen from me by Lion Skip Mesder, former Pioneer Lion, because he won one of the showdown pots. So he had a little bit more money than I did, but I shook him down for $5. I was happy about that. I do have a sad dollar though. I took a half gallon of Mac over with me just to be sure I'd have enough.
Enough fuel.
And I left the dang bottle there. The Searing Friends is going to bring it back someday. My third happy dollar is that I do want that bottle back. Okay.
It's got a hole in it though, so it drained out.
Drained out.
So,
That happened to mine too, darn it.
Good luck on anything in it. Trying to skip you, Mr. Patterson.
Yeah, you can skip it.
Past District Governor Steve Patterson.
Thank you, thank you. President Sharon, Lions and guests, first is a happy dollar to my friend, well, my sponsor, not my friend, but my sponsor, Greg Firth, who informed me that it's not going to be 4 to 6 more inches of rain. If there was, we'd be looking for a place to sleep tonight. So,
We'd be looking for you if you were watching.
yeah, it's a little close. It's a little close, but we'll make it. The second happy dollar is a big, big thank you for all of those that helped yesterday with our roar for reading up at Columbia Heights Elementary. I want to recognize Cindy Ward, and Pat Fulton, Marlene Wanzer, Greg, and Lynn Peterson, who loves children. Mark Kells, John Searing, Dave Muniz. This was a cute one. Now, Big Gorilla Dave, he's out on a phone call now, but... Oh, Dave!
How could you miss Big
It
Gorilla?
was so cute to watch him reading to a bunch of third graders. They were third grade. Yeah, that was Katie Dillinger. Everyone loved Katie, of course. Marilyn and myself were there. And the star of the show, believe it or not, is David Hammond. David had those children eating out of the palm of his braille, didn't they? And they were amazed that he had a cell phone that they couldn't understand, you know, and they kept raising their hand, and he'd say, "Don't raise your hand because I can't see you." It was a lot of fun. We money well spent, Pioneer. I can tell you, we're looking forward to our spring event as well. Okay, that's it.
Now your lovely, lovely wife, fellow past district governor, Marilyn Patterson.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, not only did we have so much fun with everything Steve mentioned, I wanted to recognize Cindy Ward and Marlene Wanzer for being particularly creative with the stories. What was that story?
I like it a lot.
I like it a lot. She would read, what were you reading? It's, My Pet Spot. And then she would ask the kids to respond. And so every time she read a sentence, their job was to say, I like it a lot. And so this whole classroom is yelling, I like it a lot. Now, Cindy isn't here today, but Cindy Ward decided to pull a Christmas book off of the shelves, and it was called Deck the Halls. And so she had them sing along with her. So when she would sing a verse, then they were to go what? Fa la 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 la. So some were on tune, some were not, but I took a video of it, and it's pretty cute. So I just had to share that too. No happy birthday.
Actually, it wasn't quite that bad because I listened to it online.
Good old Mr. Hal Palmer.
The wonderful Penny Piper, and what was your name again? Oh, whatever.
We call him Gorilla
Yeah,
Dave
on the
now.
phone. Yeah, President Sharon fell in Lions happy with $5. One is, I was really happy when the guy in charge canceled on Monday. But I gotta tell you, I'm gonna start telling you bits and parts of this story. I have a sailboat that's down on the in Columbia that's a 1979 Catalina. So, 30 foot. So I'm dinking around on the internet and I decide to bid on this one that's up in Edmonds. I bid $1. I got the boat. And I was thinking to myself, this would be great parts for my boat. So I go up and look at it and I said, I don't understand what's wrong with this boat other than the engine's all been salt water and stuff. It's better than my boat by 10 times. And I got for $1. And so it's been a fun. I'll have to get an engine for it, unless somebody here knows how to fix a engine that's been in salt water for about 3 or 4 hours. That's pretty much what everybody tells me, and I said, okay, that's fine. And, yeah, that's right. The good news is, if everything works out right, this will be a $20,000 boat in about 3 weeks. So I'm excited about that.
We got a program today.
Yeah. Hey, Greg, who read the book to you first?
Hal.
Okay.
Hey, Hal.
Hey.
But how much are you having to put into it to get that 20?
If I have less than 10,000 when I'm done, I'll be surprised. Okay. That's the way life is fun on the water. By the way, my brother wanted to borrow it, but he couldn't figure out how to get it on 30. What avenue was that you were taking your boat down? 12th Avenue. Yeah, we couldn't get it to 12th.
Okay. Moving on. Fellow Lions, never mind, I don't know who he is.
John.
Fellow Lion Bob Piper.
Hey, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
He's still here, Bob.
Hey, Bob.
Fellow Lions and guests, I'm really sorry, I've never been able to go up to the reading for kids, but I'm really afraid that if I was reading out loud, they would put me back in the remedial room. And I'm not taller than a lot of second graders, so. Other than that, thank you guys for going up there.
We would have helped you out.
All right, fellow Lion, Spencer Boudreau.
Thank you. President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests, first dollar. Wasn't here last week. I apologize. I know you all miss me desperately. I know. I was doing the ribbon cutting for the Lonnie Knowles Christmas Center over there at the YMCA. So, second dollar is Leroy's going to have to go and change because I wore this sweater first. Mine looks better. The Lions Island lights look absolutely fantastic. I keep getting compliments on them, so thanks to everybody that does that every year. Yeah, people keep wanting to go onto the island and take family pictures out there. Yeah. And yeah, the answer's no, we'll lose bulbs. Great Christmas parade Saturday. It was fantastic. The rain held out right until it was over, till we did the lighting. So I hope all of you that were there enjoyed it. And the other is, I'm sorry I wasn't able to make it to Roaring for Reading yesterday. So that's my apology dollar. I had one eviction of a squatter and some leaky roofs, as you can expect. So I hope everybody's got their sump pumps ready. Thank you.
Got something to say.
Did he lose his keys again?
This year, fellow Lions guest, couple bucks today. First one, Roaring for Reading. That's got to be one of the more fun things that we do as a club. And what's really nice is when you see Steve Patterson looking eye to eye with the third graders. The other dollar, this Saturday, we're doing the, what do they call that? Breakfast with Santa. Parks Department deal over at the hotel. That is just as much fun as going up there for Roaring for Reading. Looking forward.
Let it go.
Let it go.
No, that's $5.
That was you, Penny. Yeah, it might go down when you want that. I don't think I did that.
Very well.
I don't know if I should be that close to that speaker.
Fellow Lion Katie.
That is Miss Queen Secretary to you.
Yeah.
President Sharon, fellow Lions and guests. Speaking of matching things, Spencer, I almost wore the same coat today. I would have worn it better.
Yeah.
My actual happy dollar is because Roaring for Reading is one of my favorite events, and I'm so glad that we're able to fundraise the money to do that. The kids have so much fun doing that, and if you've never done it, I strongly encourage you to do it. The highlight of my Roaring for Reading yesterday was, I think it was our first group, and Mark Helch, where are you at, was starting to read. Before he even got a sentence out, a kid raised their hand and said, "Why are you guys all so old?" and said, well, Katie's not old. And they all turned around and they said, everybody but her is. So I'm just glad that I'm not old to the kids yet, because then I'm not old.
All right.
I think that's it, Sharon. I don't see anybody else.
Rick doesn't get to talk today.
Okay. We are going to pass this on over to our third vice president, who is also our program chair this month, John Searing.
Thank you, President Sharon. Our guest today and program, I can't see what these things are. Thought I needed to read this, or have my glasses to be able to read the paper, but evidently my eyes got better. From the Longview School District, we have Patti Bowen and Andrew Schoonover. They're going to talk about the upcoming levy in, I believe it's January? February. Just a little info. Patti is 22 years in the public education system. She has 12 years of service to Longview Public Schools. She's a graduate of Holy Toledo High School. I go by there a lot. She has a strong background in financial expertise, which Longview we need. I'm banned from it. Andrew, he brings over 20 years of experience in education. He has 13 years as a building administrator. He was principal at Legacy High School in Evergreen School District in Hawkinson. And he's got his credentials from that other school east of the mountains. I won't mention the name, but they're in the pack too. And they split the championship with Oregon State. But anyway, I'd like to introduce Patti first to fill us in.
Thank you, John, and Lions Club members. We really appreciate this opportunity to get to share with you today. Before I begin our slide presentation, I just want to say thank you for all that you do for the Longview community and for all the students of Longview. Just the reading event for yesterday, it means a lot to our students to have community members come in and support them. So thank you for your efforts and supporting our community and kids. With that, I would like to be able to share with you about our upcoming levy that we have. Andrew is passing out 2 pieces of information, a publication about the upcoming levy that shares various facts about our levy, and then a quick kind of top 10 points about the levy. But I will highlight everything in my presentation.
You really went crazy.
Did I go crazy? Did I touch the button?
You did something. I put it back on. So
Okay. Oh, I probably had.
We are short on the handout, so some tables may have to share.
Yes, we apologize. This is a great turnout today. So for Longview Public Schools, we have 2 levies. We have an educational programs and operations levy, and that is about our day-to-day operations. That funds salaries that are not funded by the state. That is really focused on student learning and the day-to-day operations. The second levy that we have is our capital project security and technology levy. And that is about providing funding for the spaces in which our students learn. And the educational programs and operations levy is important for the day-to-day. That makes up about 15% of our general operating budget to provide for those day-to-day services for Longview Public School students. The capital project security and technology levy really provides the dollars that we don't receive from the state or from the federal government to provide repairs and upgrades to our facilities to address and keep current our safety and technology throughout the district. Our capital project security and technology levy, 100% of those funds are dedicated for the purposes that we define those dollars. We approved our educational programs and operations levy in February of 2024, so that one is good for 4 years. It doesn't expire until 2030. But our capital project security and technology levy, voters approved that back in 2022, so it's set to expire at the end of 2026. So we are going back out to voters to ask for a replacement levy, really asking voters to renew a levy that's already in place. This is not a new tax, we're just asking for the levy to be renewed so we can continue that work in taking care of our buildings and the spaces where students learn. So what does the Capital Project Security and Technology Levy fund? It extends the useful life of our assets. These are the things that we need to do to take care of our buildings. These are the roofs, the plumbing, the electrical, the flooring that wears out, those types of things. Things that you might do in your home to keep your home up to date, just knowing that nothing lasts forever, right? Our buildings get a lot of traffic every day. We serve over 6,000, close to 6,300 students pass through our buildings every single day. So you think about the traffic and the wear and tear that's on those buildings. Upgrading the learning environment. So this is where we're talking, this is like classroom spaces or spaces where kids might perform extracurricular activities. So this is where the new lighting, flooring, teaching, but this is also where the technology, we are definitely in a tech world. So this provides technology for our students and our staff so we can keep them current. You know how quickly your cell phone has to be updated because of that technology to keep it current. So we keep devices current for our students and our teaching staff, as well as the infrastructure to be able to support technology in the school district. Improving safety and security. Safety and security is a top #1 priority for the school district to keep our staff, students, and families safe. And so investing in installation of security vestibules, you see fencing around to add a layer of security. In addition, fire alarm systems, intercom systems, and ability to be able to communicate through the building. Again, they don't last forever, and trying to keep those current and updated. And then modernizing our athletic facilities. If any of you have been to Memorial Stadium as of late, we have completed 3 phases in the current levy, the current capital projects, security and technology levy. We have a 4-phase upgrades to that facility. It's a beautiful facility. We're going to finish the 4th phase of that this coming summer. Maybe. There we go. Okay. It does. So let's.
It's getting old also.
That's okay. So so this replacement levy, as I shared with you, there are 2, and this graph is showing you the combined locally voted taxes based on those 2 levies. Again, we're asking for a replacement on the capital projects, security and technology levy, but that's the top that's in blue. The part that's in gray is our educational programs and operations levy, and the current capital projects levy, as I shared, it expires in 2026. So starting in 2027 and outward is what our current ask or what will be going to voters when ballots release in January. So as we approach planning for this upcoming levy replacement, we approach this with balancing the needs of all students along with the needs and the sensitivity of around taxes with our taxpayers. We know that that we are times that we're dealing with inflation and rising costs. Just to give you a little background, for more than 10 years, Longview Public Schools, those 2 combined levies total $21.5 million. That has been what voters have approved consistently for the last 10 years. And as we are moving forward and planning for this capital projects and technology levy, we're facing the same things that everyone else has faced. We know that our costs have gone up in the last 10 years, but we have been trying to be very mindful. And we knew going into this, just planning for a modest request of our voters that a 2% increase over 4 years is what this ask is. And what you can see from the graph is that we are asking for less in the capital project, security, and technology levy as part of that balancing the needs. We have an inflationary factor built into our educational programs and operations levy, that voter approved, and so we are taking that, and we took that into consideration as we were going out for this request. We just need to make sure that we can maintain our buildings in those spaces where students learn, knowing that we don't receive full funding from the state. And when you look at those dollar amounts, again, just asking, so we're going to go, by the time we get to 2030, the 21.5 that we've asked for the last 10 plus years, it will be at 23 million will be the voter approved in the last year. So what I will share with you as I go on to the next slide is that what is approved by the voters is the maximum amount that we can collect as a school district. So when our board approved the levy amounts, when we take it to voters, once the voters approve that, that's the maximum amount that we can collect. So it's not, regardless of assessed value, which is the function of how taxes get dispersed to the community, if assessed value goes up or down, it doesn't impact what we collect in taxes. What's been approved by the voters is the maximum amount that we can collect. So this on the left is what voters are currently paying in 2025 for our current capital project security and technology levy. So for assessed value of any property in Longview, for every $1,000 of that assessed value, a voter would pay 62 cents per thousand for that assessed value. Again, that's what voters are already currently paying. Next year, as we go, again, because of the function of assessed value, that rate is expected to go down. So with the renewal in 2027, this renewal, this ask, will be an estimated 38 cents per thousand for this levy. And again, just being mindful of knowing, just trying to be sensitive to taxes for our community members and balancing those needs with our community. So to share with you, as we approached this planning, is where does Longview fall for, what we are asking of our community compared to other school districts in the county or the county next to us, which is Clark County. So what I'll share with you is Longview Public Schools combined tax collections related to levies is $2.67, per thousand, where the Clark County School District average is higher than that at $2.90 per thousand, and Clark County at $2.93 or $2.93. So just to share with you again that conservativeness that we are taking, that we took as we were planning for this levy. Every 2 years that we run a levy, we go out and perform a scientific survey of Longview citizens, those that live within Longview Public School District. So these are actual voting citizens where we collect data, and we do this every 2 years to gather information related to level of support, the levy, and gather important information that helps guide our decisions as we are planning for the levy. And overall, what I can share with you is we have positive community perception. We had that 2 years ago, and that remains. This survey was just done in May of 2025, so it's very current. And
In that levy, in that survey, 74% of those surveyed said that their perception of the district has stayed the same over the past 2 years. So we have, a majority of the community in support of Longview Public Schools in a replacement levy. 51% of those surveys said that they would support a levy measure. In the survey, we can't share with them very specifics. We just share what the levy is used for without getting into dollars and cents related to that. But of those surveyed, 51% said that they would support a levy measure for the district. Again, that number is the same as it was 2 years ago, 51%. 2 years ago in the EPNO, Longview Public Schools passed with a 64% approval rate, which was just great to have that.
60% required?
It's 50% is required for a levy. A bond requires, and that would be long-term debt for big construction. But 50% approval. So 64% was our last levy campaign for our EPNO levy. So that just remaining that, still having positive community support. Now, where we looked at the data, 27% of those said they would oppose it. They didn't need any more details. They said that they would oppose it. Now, that is up from 7% from the previous time that we ran the levy. And if you look across the state or even across the nation, support for levies, it's harder and harder for school districts to pass levies. So taking that information, what we know in that number are some people, I'm never going to tell you I support it until you give me more information.
Yeah.
So we know that within that 27%, there are folks in there that just need more information to make an informed decision about whether they support it. And 21% of those undecided. So, and that is 9% down from where it was before. I share all this with you just so you know, we, Longview community has been very supportive of our schools in the past, and we hope to garner that support as we move forward. So with that, I'm going to open it up to any questions that you might have about the levy.
How many students does this serve?
So we currently have right now, sorry, the question was around how many students we serve, and we currently serve approximately 6,300 students in Longview Public Schools. Any other questions?
What's all involved in the final phase of the stadium upgrade?
The final phases to the stadium upgrade is the visitor side bleachers. So that's what's being done this summer. Many years ago, there used to be a wooden structure that it had to be torn down. And yes, and we have we have aluminum bleachers, low profile aluminum bleachers that are there, and our solution will be a raised bleacher solution to get for better viewing and provide. We have a couple pretty big games a year that happen that will provide for extra seating capacity on the visitor side. So thank you.
I gotta tell you, I love that you put in handrails. I could have kissed you.
Don't do it, Penny.
Okay, Penny. Yes, well, as you get older, you don't walk up those bleachers as well as you used to.
Correct, and as we looked at modernizing, so that happened last summer, so if you haven't been there, please go. That was when we surveyed and we talked internally around evaluating the needs, safety, and we wanted to make sure that it was accessible to anyone to be able to come to a game, and the safety grills are a huge safety feature. Yes.
Come on, Ryan. You would be put across the room.
I didn't want to.
You should have just thrown it, Penny. No, you're fine.
Give him a kiss.
He could have caught it. He would die if I did that.
So I have a kindergartner and a first grader, so for people that don't know, every kid in the Longview School District like has their own assigned Chromebook nowadays. Like that's how they do their testing and everything. So with that and the upgraded security systems and whatnot, with us as a district not asking for a lot more from an increasing cost perspective, are we confident that this is going to keep us relevant compared to the rest of the state from a technological standpoint?
That's a great question. So one is we have an amazing technology manager who is really good at what he does. And so we are confident in the next 4 years. So this is 4 years. We know the timing is not right for asking for more. What we know is we're trying to ensure that we can sustain the modernization, keeping our technology modern for our learners in this next 4 years. So that we are sure of.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
How many Chromebooks do your kids look?
Zero. They know it's good.
How much do you look into alternate funding from levies? There are alternate ways. It almost seems like a real punishment to homeowners to have to deal with levies every 2 years, 4 years, whatever. Some states generate through their government all monies for school districts, so that it never becomes a problem. Are you investigating any of that?
We always have our ears and eyes open for any other funding opportunities to be able to blend together with our levy dollars. I'll share with you we did receive, this is probably one of our largest other sources when the federal relief dollars came, that the school district was able to do what would have taken us years to accomplish related to HVAC, air quality work, that we were able to take those federal relief dollars along with our local levy dollars to be able to maximize. There's also smaller state grants that we can apply for, and so we do try to maximize to the best of our ability or based on availability for what we qualify for. So that's a really great question.
Our board also has a legislative committee, so they're often in contact with our legislators, and several of us in the admin world are frequently lobbying our legislators for those kind of things. We talk about fully funding education quite a lot to the people that have that, get to make that decision.
You mean because the Supreme Court said so?
Yeah. I mean, yes.
Yes.
But don't get too political.
So my question is, the last capital levy, your main goal or your big project was the Memorial Stadium.
Right.
So I assume you're asking for another 4-year set or whatever. Is there some goal in mind besides just maintaining, since you're asking for a smaller one? Do you have an additional project you guys are already kind of scuttlebutting around that we don't know about?
So you're right. Our Memorial Stadium was probably the most visual large project that we did. We also did, there are things that you can't see that happened over the 4 years. These are things, infrastructure within buildings, boilers, HVAC systems, things like that. But in this upcoming levy, so focus on facility repairs or improvements. So these are the floors, the roofs, those types of things. We have 14 school buildings all throughout the district, with our newest building being almost 25 years old. So that just shows you the age of our facilities. We are also focused on continued security upgrades, but there is also career and technical education. So our CTE courses, these are getting students
career ready through the trades. We have an apprenticeship program, so that in this next 4 years, there is a focus on career and technical education and improving those learning spaces where our students have hands-on learning about the trades. And that's just a give back. That just provides and gives back to our community. I'll also share with you that these levy dollars stay within the community. This is work that happens within our community, with the majority of contractors that bid on this work are right here from our community. So these dollars stay within Longview community.
Can I make a comment? Sorry, I'm behind you, so you're not going to see my hand. I also just want to point out, I think Steve, you mentioned that a levy can be a task for a homeowner. I personally am a homeowner in Longview city limits. I have a 2-year-old that will most likely go to Longview school districts because I can't get Tanner to go to Kelso. Not as a dig, I went to Kelso. When I hear you guys here and talking about the levy and knowing exactly where the property taxes that I'm going to have to pay regardless, if it's not a levy, they're going to find something else to put in there. If I know where it's going, I'm obviously more informed, but I'm more likely to vote yes on it rather than, even just like a flyer in the mail or something. I will throw that away. One of them is.
But you're gonna get to anyway.
But as somebody who does have a child who is going to grow up in the school district, as a person in the community, and things like that, it is really nice to have visuals of where things are going. So thank you. Don't fall.
And Kelso's charge, one of the reasons Cal's counties is higher than one of the school districts. So stay in Longview.
I'm going to stay in Longview. I don't have a choice.
Any other questions?
Hey, Patty.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you, Travis.
Mark Kelch and I were members of the 50th graduating class of Ari Long. 52 years ago, Don.
Well, 52 years ago. Yeah. We're just rounding at this point.
We had money left over from our reunion that we wanted to donate back to Ari Long, and we're having a hard time getting a hold of somebody to donate the money to them. Do you have any avenues?
Contact me. Let's talk.
She's like, give me the money.
I can get you connected to the right place.
Okay, we were the last class, but our numbers up in somehow got it.
What's the deal with Broadway School? What's going on with Broadway School?
Thank you, good question. So Broadway School, what we've done is we have relocated. We had 7 classrooms based on the students that were enrolled there. That was our earliest learners, our preschool, 3 to pre-K. These are our students that we had our special education program, along with Kinder Bridge, which is a 4-year-old program. So we relocated those classrooms to their neighborhood districts to provide those students with comprehensive services in their neighborhood school district. So right now, Broadway doesn't we don't have any classrooms there, but what we know is this was a good change for our students to be able to engage within their neighborhood school district and to take advantage of all the services at one of our regular comprehensive elementary schools. So Broadway School District, or Broadway Elementary School or preschool, is still our school building, but for right now we don't have any classrooms in that building. And we're deciding what we are going to do with that space. Good question. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Sharon.
Thanks for having us, appreciate it.
Yes.
Thank you so much. We really appreciate that. And on behalf of the Longview Pioneer Lions, I'd like to present both of you with one of our lovely glasses here as a thank you present.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. We appreciate it.
That's great.
Alrighty, we are going to move on to our announcements. I will start with the lovely Second Vice President Rich.
First
Vice President. I put it back one.
Oh, hi, lovely.
Yeah, he is lovely.
Not that I'm gonna be around for another year. King Lion Sharon, fellow lands and guests. December 18th, which is a week before Christmas, there's Ashtown, there's a Thursday night meeting, so.
President Sharon, fellow lions and guests, we also have December 20th, which is a Saturday coming up. We're going to be doing the photos with Santa. We have Gary and John who are going to be Santas. And we have a bunch of elves. And if you would love to participate, you can just, and we don't have a Mrs. Claus, we pointed out. So if anybody wants to dress as Mrs. Claus, you're most welcome to come. So
Dick Sorensen, he's done that before.
December the 20th, the first shift is 12 to 3, the second shift is 4 to 7. And this is a potentially a pretty good fundraiser for us. So if you have family or your neighbors or anybody that wants to bring their kids or just take a photo with Santa, this would be a great opportunity.
And I have a radio ad going to be running the week before.
Oh, right, we're going to do
too.
radio ads for that as well.
I've got it recorded already.
Saturday the 20th, 12 to 3, and then 4 to 7.
Somebody's asking where. Okay.
Oh, at the mall, I'm sorry, at the mall. Kelso Mall.
You're not saying this. So who's taking the pictures?
The family.
Oh, okay.
They will use their own phones.
So then, why big a donation though?
$5.
Suggested donation is $5.
Yeah. Okay, Greg first. Ryan Gray.
President Chair for Lanes, yes, tomorrow night is our monthly Second Hearing Foundation meeting. Anybody's more than welcome to attend to see what we do. Our actual request for glasses and hearing aids is down some, so our meetings aren't lasting too awfully long. But 6:30 tomorrow evening, Canterbury Park.
Okay. Hey, Bob.
Hey, President Sharon, fellow lions and guests, Saturday morning we have breakfast with Santa. Be at the hotel at 6:45 a.m.
Can you get in the door this year?
Coming through the side door between the two buildings. Yeah, between the hotel and the little part of the motel on the side. Where the walkway and all that. Okay. Anyway, yeah, don't try the front door because it'll be locked. And we'll be at the side door and come in that way. Other than that, we're all set and ready to go. Gonna have fun. We're eating roughly 600 pancakes. All right, thank you.
Okay.
There is a sign-up list online too, that Jane put out.
Yeah. Ryan David.
Queen Lion, Sharon, my fellow lions and my fellow guests. So, I know there's a conflict with the 20th, the photos with Santa, but I just want to let everybody know if they don't want to do that. There's also, I have the bell ringing for the Salvation Army. There's about, we still have a sign-up sheet. We only have one person from.
No, we have more. We have 2 slots open.
We have 2 slots open.
There we go.
So it's from 10 to 6. So I guess the 12, what do we have, Harold? The sign-up's also online if you want to get it there. So I know the conflict, but just, yeah, I was gonna say.
One slot at Pubic.
One slot at Pubic 2, one slot at 4 to 6.
We don't want Lynn Peterson to be by herself.
No, we don't. No, I'll be there too, but maybe we'll, yeah.
Bring some little kids for.
Yeah, so, yeah.
I have to wear my elf costume over because I have very little time to get from one to the other, but I will be there at the ring in one way.
Those of us that have seen Wicked already have imagined you can do a green look about you. Aren't elves green?
Their faces aren't.
Oh, okay.
My daughter wants me to find 20 years.
Yeah.
I have no idea where to find 20 years, so that's.
Okay, moving right along here. Again, I just want to mention the family that we adopted from the Salvation Army. There are sign-up sheets over there on the table. And there was also a sign-up sheet that was emailed. It was in with the email with the sign-ups for the work parties that are going on. The one boy, he had specifically asked for a few different kinds of Matchbox things. And I was looking around to maybe try to buy one or two with the cash that we have, and you cannot find the ones that he was asking for. I know we don't have to get exactly the ones, but I just want to let you know, if you can't find exactly what one of them he wanted like a fire or something, it doesn't have to be exact. You can buy whatever, so I just wanted to let you know, if you can't find what exactly, it doesn't have to be exactly. So we have to have everything in here by next week. So if you did sign up for anything, please have it here next week. And if you can still sign up, it's right over there. I'd appreciate it. Also, I want to announce that we have our board meeting that's coming up in a couple days on the 11th. It's at Life Mortgage at 8 a.m. And anyone is welcome to attend any board meeting. I have a thank you card here. Last week we had Jerry Bosch from Altrusa over here selling the pecans, I think it was. And his wife, Patricia, she sent us a thank you card saying that it really meant a lot to her, and she was thankful for that. I also have another, it's just a little Christmas card that we received from the Cowlitz County Event Center.